I'm going to rebait the fascia board so the bracket sits under the tile line. And put down our foam so it doesn't damage the cabling. The rebate's no lower than the guttering, so there's no chance of water ingress. All right, should slide straight in between the rafters. We've got clearance 25mm under the gooseneck before the bottom of the gutter, so it won't block the guttering at all. Just get it nice and level. All right, screw this in. All right, we've got our safety goggles, earmuffs. Just keep in mind you can't be too cautious. You've only got one pair of eyes and one pair of ears, and you want them for a long time. It's a good idea to have this stuff on, especially when you're drilling into the metal. A lot of cases you'll be drilling into brick, masonite, things like that, and you really want to have protection. As I said, you only get one set, and I like mine. I think they're pretty nice. You can see we've got plenty of clearance from the edge of the wood, at least 25mm, so we're not splitting the rafter. So we're drilling our pilot holes for our safety bolts. This model requires 2 safety bolts to be recessed 30mm back from the edge of the beam. The newer models only require 3 Tech screws on each side. They no longer require the safety bolt. And we just slide the bolt through, washer on the wood side, and then finish it with the nut. We want these nice and secure because this is our fail safe. The last thing you want is a bracket coming down on top of someone. So they're nice and secure. Our bracket is now basically installed. We just put our locking screw in to secure the whole thing together. And then we just proceed to screw the two together. Slow and steady. So now the mount is complete and ready for a dish. Okay, we've got the satellite dish, one that's pre-put together. Look like a Ninja Turtle carrying this up, but it's effectively the safest way because it still allows you to hold on with your hands, and this will just sit over your shoulder. So our bracket's pre-put together. You can see it's all been securely tightened off and everything's ready to go. There's a dual LNB or a 2-way LNB for this one because we've got the IQ going in. So all set. We just simply get the bracket over the mount, and then we can screw in our meter and find our satellite. Now you can get an app on your iPhone, which we'll show you in a minute, which also does the same thing. This dish in Victoria at about 50 degrees. Each state does vary slightly, but this is the angle we want. 5 degrees to the right of north and at about 50 degrees angle. Alrighty, so we just simply screw our meter into one of our ports in the LNB. And then again, as I said, 5 degrees to the right of north. You'll develop a bit of a feel for where north is as you go along. A lot of guys do carry compasses and things. I'm sure once again on the iPhone you can have an app that does all that for you. We're going to hone into the 20 or the 20 transponder just at first, just to find it and locate it. We just adjust the dish slightly so we get a good reading. You can see we're aiming for about 76. If you have a look, if I point the dish off the satellite, you'll see we drop dramatically down to the 60s. So we definitely know we're on the right one because we get our two satellites popping up looking like Bart Simpson's head. And you can see here we've got a 76 plus, which is what we're wanting to achieve. Now we simply just tighten each nut respectively. If we do them evenly, you'll find that the dish doesn't move, and then we can do our final adjustments to check the signal quality. See, once we've locked it in, if you've adjusted each bolt the same amount of times, it'll actually centre itself as to where you had it originally. So you can see now on our spectrum, we're honed into the first and second satellites. We're getting a nice strong signal of 76.9. We can try and improve it just by adjusting the skew of the LNB, which is the angle the LNB is on. You can go from the 4th notch as a bit of a guide, but then adjust it with your dish so we know. Now we're in the spectrum here, but if we check with our BER button to show us the quality of signal, we can see here 13.5 is quite good. 12's about a minimum to run off, but you should always be up in the 13s. And that's really quite good considering it is an overcast day and we've got a bit of cloud around. Quite happy with the way the dish is lined up now, so we can turn everything off and start running our cabling.